I want you guys to know that when Kevin invited me to be on this call, he made it quite clear to me that tonight is about taking the gloves off, rolling up the sleeves, putting the hat on backwards, and having a conversation like friends, unfiltered, raw, straight, transparency to the best of our ability. Because this isn't about to be a presentation, but instead a detailed synopsis. And Kevin, I thought what we'd do is I'll start and give these guys a little bit of information, and then you can just start drilling me topic by topic by topic. How's that?
Perfect. That sounds, Natalyn.
Okay.
And before we get fully engaged, again, I just want to thank you for taking the time out to do this. I really do. And I know that every affiliate on this call tonight appreciates you taking time out after hours away from your family to have this discussion with your partners in this business. So thank you very much.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a pleasure. I'll be completely honest with you. As I was sitting here listening to all the bings and the people coming on and announcing yourself, I got a little bit emotional. And I got that way because I remember every time that I get on these calls, it's become so apparent that this isn't about a game or an app or tokens or money. It's about people at the end of the day. And I respect and appreciate you guys as business partners. I want to give you a little history. I want to give you a little history lesson. Thanksgiving Day, the day before Thanksgiving Day, I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we worked all day in a feverish pace and frantic of making sure everything was perfectly aligned. We had been waiting for Apple to give us the high sign that we could release, and they kept coming back with things that they didn't tell us before. They had approved the app and then came back and said, no, it's not approved. They approved it, then came back and said, no, it's not approved. They approved it, then it came back, no, it's not approved. And this is going on all the way up to 2 days before Thanksgiving Day. We had been going on about 18-hour, 19-hour days on average, consistently. And there were about 24 of us working in the office when Apple sent us the final confirmation that the app was ready for release. And the exuberance in that office, the joy to the point of tears, was very real, because finally this thing that we'd worked so hard for, this app that had been envisioned, was going to be released. And we were so excited. We were so thrilled. And that day before Thanksgiving came, and we worked, and we didn't go to sleep. We worked all through the night, and Thanksgiving morning waited for that app, and right when it was hit to be released, and we released that app, and within 10 minutes, I'd say, the app was crashing from the traffic. We had about 50,000 people that hit within a couple of hours, and well, actually, we had 50,000 people hit within about an hour. And the way that it hit and came through the system, we were prepared for that kind of traffic, but we weren't prepared for the way that the traffic came through. And we've gone back and looked over it 100 times, and there wasn't even really a way for us to be prepared for the way the traffic came through, because there was no way to assume that it would happen that way. And the app went down, and then it would go up, and then it would go down, and it would go up, and then it would go down. And it was this way through the entire Thanksgiving Day. I had half of United Games staff at my home, where my poor husband was trying to make a turkey and some stuffing and feed our staff and me, as we were trying to just focus on making this a great day. And I was so disappointed. I was trying so hard to be optimistic, but I was so disappointed that on that first big day of release that the app did not perform. And at the same time, I was looking at it, and I had a friend of mine text me, and he said, "Wow." He goes, "Wow, you guys are Pokemon. Pokemon's the only app I know that got hit so hard with traffic that it crashed." And it reminded me that under every circumstance, there's a silver lining. Under every circumstance, there's two ways to look at it. Under every circumstance, your perspective is your reality. In my friend's mind, we were wildly successful. And it was such a great reminder to me to pull me out of my little pity party I was having and remind me that this was day one of a long journey that was going to go exactly as we had planned. It was never going to be easy. It was never going to be smooth. because I don't know any startup business or any tremendous opportunity that is. If they was easy and smooth, everybody would do it. And so I just hunkered down and said, we're gonna do this. We're going to deliver what we promised, and we're going to deliver upon the vision that we had, and we are going to succeed. And it began. And over the course of the next 10 to 12 weeks, we continued to make constant enhancements to the game. The first order of business was to stabilize. When you're dealing with live data that's coming through a live data provider, and then you're dealing with live data outputs and live data inputs, because every single user is putting in a different live data put. At the same time, it's calculating with a live data put coming from somewhere else, and then you have our data being pushed and compared against it, and then you're putting that out, and you're doing it in a live environment, much like a reality television show. Things are going to happen that you have no idea of how to prepare for. And we focused on that. For 3 to 4 weeks, those first 3 to 4 weeks, the only thing we did was focus on making sure that we understood the nuances of game behavior, the nuances of game data, the nuances of how that game data came in, and then that game became stabilized and started to sing like a bird. Then it was time to start delivering the pieces. I want you to think about this game like a chunk of Legos. And we've got all these Legos put together before we released on Thanksgiving Day. Matter of fact, the day before Thanksgiving, we were sitting there making some ridiculously hard decisions. We have this big Lego thing, and if we leave this Lego on, it could break us. If we leave this Lego on, it could break. This Lego has one thing left, but we don't have any more time to develop it, so we got to take that one off. And we released this basic shell of a game. After 4 weeks of stabilizing, we started to focus. We started to focus on adding those Legos we had to take off in order to get everything stabilized. We started adding game features. We started adding game elements. We added advertising. We added the reward center. We added NBA basketball. We will be adding, by next week, NCAA basketball. We will be having an enormous March Madness push. We have a new version of the game that you guys are going to love that comes in tandem with March Madness. These are the things that we started saying, okay, we need to add these Legos. And then it was time for game optimization. And so it goes. Now, all along the line, as we're developing and presenting this game, we are so focused and so concerned about our affiliates. We know that none of us as affiliates have lived through technology. To live through the tech, we were sitting in meetings and I'm looking saying, oh my gosh, we have to get this done. And our tech guys are doing high fives in the corner and backflips because of how solid the technology is and how fast it's evolving. Again, perspective. We want everything today. Matter of fact, we wanted it all yesterday. Matter of fact, we wanted it all on Thanksgiving Day. And so we had to move forward. We had to think, okay, we've got to deliver on our promises. We've got to deliver as we promised we would deliver. And as a part of that delivery comes the income. Now, we pay our first check, and people were disappointed. Man, the money was not as good as I thought it would be. But I can assure you this. Was your first check as big as you wanted? No. Was the first check as big as I wanted to pay you? Heck no. Would all of us love to be 10x, 100x where we are today? 100%. But here's what I will tell you, is this. My background is in network marketing. I was 11 years at probably the ultimate network marketing company, Nu Skin. And in my 11 years, I watched people go through pain. I watched people spend $2,500, $5,000 on a starter kit and pay $200 a month, and after 3 months, without any success at all, I watched them quit. And when Jeff told me he wanted to build this with people, that he wanted to allow people to have the opportunity, I said, I will do that, but I'm not going to do it the way it's always been done because I can't handle the human carnage. If I tell somebody that this is something that they could do that could bring hope and possibility, I want it to bring hope and possibility, and it should not hurt them. It has to be cheap. It has to be something anyone and everyone can do. And I don't want these stupid, lame requirements for people to get a check, that they have to be out there constantly banging their head against the brick wall and recruiting new people to the opportunity. I don't want that. I want for the everyday person who wants to invite their friends and family to play a sporting event to be able to make money. I want them to be able to sit down and download an app, invite a couple people to play, and that generated them a paycheck. That's what I want. That's the vision. And that's what we created. Now, we knew from day one it was a numbers game. We knew from day one this was microtransactions by the millions. And we're just not in the millions yet, guys. But I will tell you this. We are doing so amazingly well. I want to share, you guys, because just like I have the experience where I'm sitting there wondering if we're doing well and our tech guys are doing high five, I feel like sometimes maybe you wonder the same thing. Sometimes maybe you wonder, are we doing well? I don't know if we're doing well. I see what I see, but I don't see the whole picture. And I want to share with you some stats. We have over 1.5 million people in our Fire Fan community. We have over 500,000 people who are downloaded and are playing the game. We've had over 100 million page views inside of Fire Fan, meaning that's the level of activity inside the app. We have had the average player is sitting and going through our sessions, and they're going through that an average of 14 different logins. FireFan players have actually come into the app and logged in nearly 8 million sessions in just our short 12 weeks of existence here. During the NFL playoffs, we had over 1.4 million active players in our game. Now, our app is growing by the day. It's growing by the day, and it's starting to grow exponentially by the day, just like we talked about this concept of the penny doubled. When you double 1 penny, it's not very much. It's only 2 cents. When you double it again, it's still not much. It's 4 cents, and then you double it again, and it's only 8, and you double it again, and it's only 16. You double it again, and it's 32, and you're thinking, I have worked my guts off, and I got paid 32 freaking cents. But keep going and do the math. Double it again, and then you double it again, and then you double it again. And you just simply do that for 30 days, and it's millions. Our game is no different. It's microtransactions. It's pennies multiplied. And it's growing every single day right now. And it's continued and really has from day one. There's the opportunity here hasn't changed. You simply have to give it time. Now, here's what I also know, and I know this from personal experience. You engage in something, and you want to see those immediate results. You want to see the gratification for the hard work that you put in. I just want to give you some perspective. The average entrepreneur in America that starts a business doesn't see profit for 3 years. I can tell you right now that even if you just follow our 15-minute drill every single day, you will be profitable in this business. And it'll be a lot sooner than 3 years. But let's say it wasn't. Let's say it took 3 years. At $10 a month, your grand total expenditure is $350 plus your $40 fee, so $400. Now let me ask you this. Let me paint a picture for you in what this game could look like 3 years from now. You know where it's at today, but let me just paint a picture. In 3 years from now, there are 100 million users in this app that take your current paycheck just on that notion alone and multiply it by 200 times. And that's what happens if you have 100 million users in your app. Even put it at 10 million, take your current paycheck and multiply it by 20 times. Because the concept here is that is the progressive growth. Now you've got that many users in the app, and all of a sudden, instead of an advertisement giving you 1 token when you view it, it's giving you 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 because our ad views have become that valuable because of the power of our FireFan community. And your same number of ad clicks are going through, but their value is 5 times for you in a paycheck. Now take it and look at the fact that you've got PR coming out, and the game is featured in primary magazines, featured in television shows, featured in its own reality television show. Look at the future of that and say, okay, this is the game. And if that was the game, and you could see 3 years into the future, and I came back to you and said, it's a $360 investment, and it'll pay out in 3 years from now, and this is what it is. I would bet money that the vast majority of you on this call would pay the $360 for the 3-year investment when it would pay out. See, it's a perspective thing. Do I know that you're not making the money you'd love to make right now? Heck, yes, I know. Am I happy about it? No. But am I understanding? And do I understand that the numbers are the numbers? And I have done the math so many times, my head hurts. And I'm telling you right now that when the numbers are in this app that you plugged in originally, you will pay what we believed it would. In every example of income that I did, we did an average of $7 per, a $7 spend on average. And with the enhancements to the game that are coming right now, the only thing people pay for is play some live picks. Well, what happens when they can pay daily to pick the winners? What happens when they can pay to change their picks at halftime to try to give themselves a better shot when their pregame picks just sucked bricks? What happens when they can pay to add a customized feature to their game? What happens when they can pay a season pass that gives them access to the entire sport just for those 3 months, but then they can buy another season pass and their spending is guaranteed? That's the future of what we're doing. It just takes time to evolve and get there, but it will get there. The token value, will the token value, what a token costs, what a token is, there will be continued currency. We'll have another currency in this game. There is all kinds of development coming over the course of the next 3 years, and this much I can tell you. We are getting attention because of the game itself. We got a phone call from 3 different NBA teams proactively contacting us to ask us about our game because they want to know how they can use it because they saw a difference in fan engagement. We've had additional conversations with NFL teams that are slobbering all over themselves because of the data from our game when you see how engaged fans are. Do you know that in our game, even in a blowout game, 90% of the players made every single pick, even when the game was not even close? Probably half of America shut it off on TV, but Flyers fan players did not turn the game off because the game still meant something to them. That is a revolutionary concept. Do you know that we have as many active players in our game today as FanDuel and DraftKings did last year? And they had a 2.5-year head start on us? Imagine what we will be doing 1 year from now. Imagine what happens just in the fall of this year when we don't have just NFL football, but you have NCAA football and NFL football with all the upgrades and enhancements that will happen throughout this year. We will go through the rest of this year. We will release NCAA basketball next. We will then have a huge March Madness promo with a new game style that comes with it, which you are going to love. After that, we're going to release soccer and baseball. Following that, it's hockey and NCAA football in conjunction with NFL. When you bring those sports, you bring the fans that come with them, your numbers increase, the sports increase, the opportunity to play increases, the opportunity to spend increases. There's greater spend in the app. There's greater player spending in the app. There's more engagement at the ultimate fan level, and they're the ones that share and build the community. That vision of what we painted from day one is happening. Is it happening as fast as any of us would have wanted? No, because we all want it tomorrow. That's the kind of people we are. But is it happening at a pace that's unprecedented in the industry? Yeah. We brought in an outside consultant into the company to talk to him about what we could do to continue to drive growth. And as he sat down, he came in, he was definitely a very confident man. He had tremendous experience. He had released, I think, 19 apps into the marketplace. He'd had number 1 top apps in their categories. He'd had millions of people in his apps, and he came in to really help us understand what we needed to do. And the first thing he asked is, kind of give me a background, show me some of your data. And I presented the data to him, and he just stopped and stared at us and he said, what the heck am I doing here? I should be asking you questions. He said, what the? You're 12 weeks. I said, by most of the time, by 12 weeks, apps are just barely figuring out what the heck they're going to be in the marketplace. They don't really have players yet. Because we are doing so well, but it's so new and so different for us that we don't always see that. But I want you to understand that we have a vision and a goal here. And our vision and our goal is that people come here to succeed. What that means is a personal introduction to you, but what I can assure you is that we are here to help you succeed. Now, the best part about what we did, we set it up this way on purpose, was that success did not have to mean that you had to be bringing in millions in order to succeed. We want to start with you making $15 a month so that you can cover your costs. And then we want to double that, and then we want to double it again, and then we want to double it again, and we want to continue to see this increased growth as the users increase, as the games increase, as opportunities to spend increase, as the game continues to thrive and grow, you will thrive and grow along with it. This will not happen next month, and it won't happen the month after that, and it won't happen the month after that. It will happen in tandem with those months. And it will continue to thrive and grow over the course of many months. Sports don't go away. Sports fans don't go away. The ability to engage and compete with sports will not go away, but we will continue to make it better. We will continue to enhance the user experience, and we will continue to grow and create exactly the vision that we laid out on day one, and it's going to happen. I am more confident in that now than I was on day one. Has everything gone perfectly? Oh, heck no. Has everything been smooth? Double heck no. Do we have to work hard to get where we're going? Yes, but will we get there? 100%. Now let me just tell you, as a friend talking to a friend here, here's the important part for you. Don't kill yourselves. Don't burn yourselves out. This is a business that can be simple. And if you keep it simple and fun, you will be surprised, shocked at the results. The feedback we've gotten from the 15-minute drill is people have just had some fun with it. They haven't tried to spend 12 hours a day. They've tried to spend 15 minutes a day to do something for their life. And this much I can assure you. Those results will generate an income for them. And whether it's tomorrow or next month or 10 months down the road, that 15 minutes a day they put in will pay major dividends to them. Now, some of you guys say, well, that's all fine and good, Natty, but I have to make a living. I've got a family to feed them. If you can't spend 8 hours a day doing that, that's okay. We're not a business that says you can't do anything else. You are mandatorily doing this. We're not afraid of other things out there because we aren't saying you go present the opportunity to somebody. There isn't an opportunity here for anyone but you. It's exclusive, and you have a seat at the table, and they don't get one. If you need to make money now, if you need to have a job, if you need to go do something that puts food on your table, do it. But I tell you right now, start your day 15 minutes earlier. Wake up 15 minutes earlier if you have to, and do 15 minutes a day of our 15-minute drill, and watch what happens. The other thing I want you to think of here is one of the primary visions that I had, this was the most important thing to me in all of United Games, was called residual income. Some of you know this, but when I left Nu Skin after 11 years, I went and built my own organization. And I built a very successful organization, big, healthy organization. Tens and tens of thousands of people, matter of fact, 500,000 people in 24 different countries around the world. I traveled the world. I built a company, and I had a big, fat, beautiful paycheck. But where is that paycheck today? I'll tell you where it is, in the toilet. Because ultimately I came to a place where I didn't want to recruit anyone anymore. I wanted to just build. I wanted to manage my business, but the constant grind of talking to somebody about an opportunity every single day was so fatiguing to me. I was so tired of it. I just couldn't do it. And my income just started to tank immediately. And I thought to myself, this is not residual income. Residual income is the kind of income that actually continues to grow. Even if it's a little bit at a time, it continues. So we look at a gameplay situation, guys, and here's the deal. 98% of all of our revenue right now is coming from real, true players, not affiliates, players. When have you ever been involved in anything where 98% of your revenue was not derived by people sponsoring somebody into the opportunity? This is true residual income. That ability to grow. You're going to see some tremendous things coming from us over the next 2 months that are also going to make an impact to that growth. We're very focused right now on UX, UI optimization. That means that user experience and the user interface. The process of getting into our game. You're going to see new technology come from us that turns 10 steps into 2. Getting into the game and connecting those people to you. You're going to see new tours coming out in the game that show people how to play. You're going to see new push notifications and new player marketing campaigns coming out to people to drive continued gameplay and growth. You're going to see continued incentives and some big promotions and pushes for people to create leagues and share the game with others. Over the next 2 months, you will see us do some serious campaigning. You're also going to start to see us in the news quite a bit more than we have been. We've had some tremendous opportunity to be public, and we have, up until now, not captured on that opportunity because we felt like we needed to get a few pieces ironed out. Well, over the next 2 weeks, you're going to see some tremendous enhancements coming, like I said, to the UI UX. You're going to see the release of NCAA football, and in the mode of releasing a new game feature and releasing March Madness, we will also be doing quite a bit of social and public pushing. We've hired a very, very, very good and strong, both game and sport experience-based PR company that's going to be making sure we capitalize on these opportunities that have come our way and also help us to continue those opportunities. We are going to do everything in our power to create a brand that you will now and forever be proud to be a part of. Now, I want to address a few concerns that I've heard from you. One of them is advertising. Some people have said, Natalyn, what happened to all the ads? We had 9, now there's only 2, and does that mean people don't want to work with us anymore? Does that mean the advertising just didn't work? No, quite the contrary, actually. We had 9, we turned it down to 2 because we found that there was a process going in there. There's not just 2 ads, there's simply 2 ad aggregate buttons that are working, and we have a process where we work with a myriad of ad campaigns, and we serve up the top paying ad campaign to drive up advertising revenue the best possible. And why would we do that? Number 1, to increase profitability. But number 2, the more profitable our ad campaigns get, we can increase the tokens you get for them. Everything we will do with advertising will be to drive our ad value up in the marketplace so we can increase the amount of tokens people can get through ad participation so that you can make more money. It is our entire focus, so I'm going to need you to trust us a little bit that what we're doing with that advertising, we didn't take away the 6 tokens. You can still get 6 a day. There's multiple ads in there, and you'll see many, many more coming. You're going to start to see custom campaigns inside of the ad. Our advertising is going incredibly well, but it takes time. Contracts take time. These elements take time. They don't happen overnight. But what is happening and what is coming is spectacular. Now, that's advertising. I also get asked a lot about orphans. What are happening with orphans? When are you going to give us orphans? We have a good, healthy chunk of orphans, but we decided we were going to give 90 full days before we started to place orphans for 2 reasons. Number 1 is we wanted to give anybody an opportunity that felt like they had invited somebody to the game that was not attached to them to tell us so we could give them proper accreditation without just assigning them as an orphan. If you've done the work, you deserve to have the person, and we wanted to give people a chance to let us know and allow us to assign the proper accreditation first. That was number 1. And number 2 is, quite frankly, I didn't want to go out and just divvy out orphans to people that I didn't know if they were going to go to work, if they were going to remain in the game, if they were even going to try to invite somebody. And when I say go to work, I'm not talking about the people who are out there trying to invite 12,000 people every day. I'm talking about the people that open the app, that play once a week, that invite people to the game, that do the simple, basic behaviors that I would think anybody should expect from somebody if they're going to get rewarded with orphans by the company. To be on a basic token subscription, $10 that turns your total investment into $15 a month, that changes your entire dynamic and behavior. To have activity, to be moving, we will absolutely start distributing those orphans. As a matter of fact, it was something that I worked on for a significant amount of time today. That is all coming. I can assure you that everything we do in the best possible manner to try and benefit you to the utmost, because if you succeed, we succeed. If we succeed, you succeed. We can't succeed without each other. We appreciate that, we respect it, and we enjoy it. Are we perfect? Oh, merciful heaven, if only. Have we made mistakes? Oh, you betcha. Will we continue to make mistakes? Yep. But will we make the same ones twice? I hope not. We're really good at learning from what we've done wrong. But this much I can tell you is that you have a partner who is so invested, who we are all 100% confident in the future. Our faith in what we're doing, our belief in what we're doing goes up every day, not down. And it's because we have the ability to see this from above the air. And I want you to think about this for a second. If you're flying on an airplane, you can see so much. But if you were just stuck in a garage, you might feel like the only thing around you is four walls. And there's a lot going on here, and there's a significant future ahead of you and ahead of us, and we're excited for it. So, Kevin, I know you wanted me to go over a few things. Did I touch on those things? Do you have other things that I need to touch on? I want people to feel like they got the answers they came here for.
Right. Natalyn, I'm sitting here marking off every topic that I wanted to cover, and I have seriously marked off every single topic that I wanted to cover. But just to reiterate a couple of things. First of all, is perspective. We are sitting on a home-based business opportunity that cost us $29.99 one time, or $39.99 one time. I know we talked about it, but I want to emphasize this, and I want everybody to stop and really think about what I'm saying. $29 or $39 one time to maintain our own home-based business that's got its own tax benefits. You guys looking at the value of having your own home-based business is worth more than what we paid it to have it. $9.99 a month is our technology fee. $9.99. Guys, if you are serious about your business, you have to get on a token subscription. I'm not corporate. I'm an affiliate, guys. I want you to hear me. This is why it's important, because when you get on that token subscription, I'm on the $9.99 token subscription, guys. I'll just tell you right now, but I'll also tell you that I go in and buy a la carte after they run out, because I give a lot of my tokens away. When you do that, it knocks that technology fee. It takes $5 off. So we're spending $14.98 a month, guys. $14.98 a month to maintain and promote our business. If you are playing in this app, a token subscription is smart business, because you're getting 100 tokens for about $5. If you're not going to spend those tokens, here's what you do with them. You take those tokens and you go and you give those to your new players. Nothing excites a player more than when he gets tokens gifted to him by somebody. I've been experimenting with this for the last 2 months, guys, and I'm going to tell you right now, it is phenomenal at how they react when they get tokens deposited into their account. So think about that. No quitting, guys. No quitting. If you've been inactive since day one, you still have an opportunity to get into your locker room right now and activate your account. Get active and get current. Guys, we're not talking about a lot of money here. I promise you, if you don't do that, when we get 6 months down the road, when we get a year down the road, you are literally going to be sick to your stomach, and we don't want to see that happen. I care so much. You guys, those of you that know me, that have been listening to the calls that I've done, I am sold out to this company because I see the big picture. I see where this is going. I know what that penny doubling a day looks like. And guys, it's not all just about money. I have made some incredible friendships in this business. Sitting here on this call, it's like Natalyn said, almost getting emotional, because I remember the excitement that we all had last summer when we found out that we could get in something like this, and how much it was going to cost and what the potential looked like. What we dreamed about back then, guys, it's becoming a reality right now. And I want to see everybody that bought into that last summer, that vision and that dream, I want to see you guys get re-engaged, because we have now what we wanted. We have it, and it's getting better and better and better and better and better. And the day is going to come when you are going to look at that deposit that you got from your commission check, and you're going to be thinking, "Oh my gosh, it did happen that way." And guys, this isn't fluff, and this isn't hype. This is the numbers. It's coming. It's going to happen with or without us. We just don't want it to happen without this group right here. You guys got on this phone call tonight for one of two reasons. One reason you got on the call is because you're doing your part and you would have got on it anyway. The others of you got on this call tonight because you wanted to give United Games and Fire Fan another chance. You wanted to hear what we had to say tonight. And I cannot imagine anybody on this call hearing where we're at right now. I can't imagine any of you not wanting to get re-engaged with this. Listen, Jeff didn't create this for us to have a job that you're sitting there pulling your hair out and stressed out and freaking out because you're not making any money. He created this for us to have fun. At the end of the day, when you go out and you do your other business, you go make your paycheck, whether you're a country music singer or whether you're an outfitter or whether you're an accountant or you work in a restaurant or you have another networking business. At the end of the day, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and you just want to sit down on your couch and you want to get that Fire Fan game out that's so much fun and play one game and invite 2 or 3 of your friends that you made back in the summer, chat with them, catch up with them, see how they're doing and have fun, we encourage you to do that. That's what this is all about. It's about enjoying sports with our friends and then at the end of the day having a way that we could actually make a little bit of money with it. For those that want to treat it as a hobby, you'll make a little bit of money there. Those that want to do a little bit more and have bigger aspirations and dreams like I do, you're going to put more time and energy into it. You're going to help anybody and everybody that asks. You're going to tell everybody that you know about the app. You're going to invite them to come and play in a fun game. You're going to chat with them. You're going to let them see the experience that we have to offer here. And that's what we ask. Now that's what we're asking for people to do. If you've been on the fence, give this a second look. Go and download the app. Go get in the game again and go explore around. Look and see where we're at. And remember what it was like on Thanksgiving to where we're at right now? Imagine that type of growth again over the next month, over the next 2 months, over the next 3 months, by the time football season rolls around. And can you honestly sit there and tell me that you're not curious to see what might happen? Keep paying that $14.98 a month and get in on a game when you can. When this thing starts to take off, go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just going to add that in our meeting today, I was talking to them and I told them I was having this call with you guys tonight, and it was fascinating to me to see the confused looks on the face of our dev team. And they said, the game's only been out for 12 weeks, right? I said, yeah. And I said, but we need to push faster. We've got to get more out there for them. And and again, as you're doing that, as you look at how far we've come, would you all please just take 1 minute for me, take a deep breath, and realize that the game has been out for 12 weeks. That's it. In the tech world, go look it up. We are an infant child in the tech world. A game being out 12 weeks, most games don't even promote themselves until they've been out for this long. We are just really... take that deep breath, sit back in, and enjoy this. Enjoy it because it's a game. Enjoy it because it's fun. And let me just tell you that if I get an invite from you, and you're stressed to the nines, and it's demanding that I play, that doesn't sound very fun for me. But when I get an invite from somebody who's having a blast, I want that in my life. I want that fun. And just one last little thing for you. This was hilarious. Today, we had a gentleman that we saw him at lunch, and he came up to me and he said, "Oh, hey, I saw your face in a game I was playing in." I said, "You saw my face in a game, huh?" And I said, "It was called Fire Fan." He goes, "No, it's such a really fun game." I said, "Oh, really? How'd you hear about it?" And he goes, "Well, I was in Vegas, so we're in Utah." He goes, "I was in Vegas over the holiday, and a taxi cab driver gave me a card. And so I downloaded the game and checked it out." He said, "That thing's a blast." So I just want you guys to think about that 2 weeks ago, this man is in Vegas driving in a taxi cab. Somebody hands him a card. He downloads the game and played with me. I didn't even know him. He just joined the league of the taxi cab driver. I was in that league playing along, and he finds me randomly in Salt Lake City today. It's working, guys. It's working.
More of those stories are going to be coming up too, Natalyn, as we move forward. You know, I had to fly out to Denver for a big performance Saturday night in Loveland, Colorado, for a conservation organization, and I had on my Fire Fan half zip, you know, and I performed in it. That's how I'm sold out. I mean, you guys know that. And I had a guy at one of the tables. There was 450 people there, and a guy flagged me down. He goes, "Hey, dude," he said, "I love that shirt." And he kind of poked his chest out, and I looked down, and he had on a United Games shirt. I'm like, and this was at the Muley Fanatic Foundation's banquet, so these guys are all rugged outdoorsmen and hunters. And here was this guy with it, proudly wearing his United Games shirt to the banquet. I just thought that was awesome. So these types of stories are going to continue to happen, guys. It's going to continue to grow. We just want everybody to realize what we have our hands on here. Where else? It's like Scotty Merker said in his message today on Boxer. He goes, where else? And what else? Where else are you going to find an opportunity for $29 and $15 a month with your token subscription? That's going to provide a true residual income. Yeah, so what if it takes a year? So what if it takes 2 years? We're having fun. We're playing sports and we're having fun, guys, and we have an opportunity to get paid on that. And you know what? We're not selling anything. We're giving our app away, and now we're allowing people to play that app without having to spend any of their own money. This is a no-brainer. Where else are you going to find something like this? So again, don't make this hard. We've been overcomplicating this since day one, because at the end of the day, like I said, Jeff created something for people to connect and enjoy sports with, and they decided to do it in this type of a platform that's never been done before, so we could actually earn some income from a free product that people could play for free. Where else? What else? This is guys, we are a part of history in the making, and we want to see every single person on this call, whether I don't care whose team you're on. I mean, I didn't do this for any other reason except I want every single person that saw this and believed in it, that had the hope and vision and dream of success like I did. I want you to realize it. But it's not going to happen if you just let it go away. So get back in your back office, guys. Make sure you're active. Get on a token subscription. And Natalyn, I may be out of line for saying this, but this is just my take on it. The orphan players, listen, guys, we don't have a bunch of hoops that we got to jump through to get paid. You go bring players, you're going to get paid 10%. They play in your games that you invite, you're going to get another 5% of those tokens. We don't have all these crazy hoops you got to jump through. But you know what? If it was my business, if I went out and started a business and I hired 4 or 5 people to come help me, you know why I hired those people to come help me? I hired them to come help me to make my business successful. I hired them to come help me make money. I didn't hire them so I could give my money away. Same thing with this orphan program, guys. The orphans was designed to reward us for building and making this company successful and profitable. So if you're sitting there and you're not playing in the game, and you're not on a token subscription, and you're not inviting anybody, you're not doing anything to help us grow the FireFan app. So do you really expect to be given orphan players? I mean, guys, you've got to be realistic about this. You know, we're not going to fire you for not doing your job. You can be an affiliate and play by yourself if never invite anybody and pay your $9.99 for as long as you want to keep your affiliate status. We're not going to fire you. But do you really expect it to be rewarded if you're not lifting a finger to help at all? We're just asking you to just do a small little piece. A small little piece. Get on your token subscription, and if you can't play every day, get in, spend your 15, 20, 30 minutes a day, whatever you can, whatever you want to commit to this, and invite a player. Invite them. Go get into a Greg Kite NBA Legends basketball game and experience what this is all about. Greg Kite won 2 championships with the Boston Celtics. He gives insight in the chat that you couldn't pay $500 for. You're going to hear stories in there about him rejecting, Magic Johnson when he tried to go up and do a slam dunk. You're going to hear about Magic calling 46 fouls in a row in some pickup games. You're going to hear stories that you're never going to hear anywhere else, and that's available for any player that you have. You go join a Greg Kite game. If you can't play, you invite your friend, and you go and put 6 tokens into their account. Take some of those 100 tokens from your token subscription, and I promise you it will make a difference. That player right there is going to be more likely to play again, go get his own tokens the next time, and he's more likely to share with somebody else when he has that kind of experience. So don't think that you've got to create your own league and hoard all your players and get them into your game with 8 or 9 people. Nobody's chatting. Nobody's having a good time. Guys, utilize what we have here. And we have something powerful, powerful, powerful. And when players experience it, they can't get enough of it, and it's only going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So I just want to encourage you, get back and get active. Don't let the next 2 weeks go by and take the chance of your position getting flushed out because you haven't gotten activated. Get activated. Reach out to those other affiliates that said yes to this because they bought into this, they believed in it, they saw the vision, got excited, and then fell by the wayside. Reach back out to them. Get them a copy of this call. Invite them to come play a game. If you got to go to their house and open up their phone and download it and say, I want you to see what we have because it's here now. Let them see it. If it's one person at a time and it takes you a week to get one, I promise you it will be worth it. I'm going to throw it back to you, Natalyn, for any final thoughts, and we're going to let people hop off this call tonight. If I didn't lose you.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, my only final thought, Kevin, is sometimes when we get caught up, like what happened, say, Thanksgiving Day, and the app didn't happen the way we wanted it to, and darn it, that happened. And what happens is it becomes this spiral of negativity, and everybody's looking for the next thing, the next shoe to drop, looking for the point of failure, looking for what's not going right. And let me just tell you, if you've ever been an athlete, there's nothing worse than being in a game where you're getting your butt kicked and you are playing to try not to lose. And then imagine a game you're playing now where the championship's on the line and you're working and you're in the game and you are playing. As a coach, I coach so many teams, and I can tell you that anybody who is playing not to lose inevitably loses. And the people who play to win, they don't have an easy game. Sometimes they have some heartache, but they win championships. If this business has been frustrating for you so far, I want to give you a piece of advice. Stop playing defense and start playing offense. Stop worrying about the negatives and stop assuming that something's going to fail, and instead look for all the positives. I have a quote I want to leave with you. I just read it, and it's probably my favorite quote ever, and that is, stop seeking out the storms and enjoy more fully the sunlight. Accentuate the positive in your life and look a little deeper for the good. If you still your voice of insult and sarcasm and replace it with generous compliment and virtue, what will happen is that you can be happy, you can be believing, you will not get discouraged, and things will always work out. And I think that that's exactly where we're at. I think if you guys will approach this business with the fun and the positive and the happy that was designed from this game from day one, and you start playing offense, you just do 15 minutes a day if that's where you need to start. But if you're playing offense and you're looking for the good, I can assure you, you're going to find it because there's a whole lot of it here. And thank you so much for taking some time to be on the call. I hope it was helpful. I hope you can see our genuine concern, our genuine excitement, and our genuine belief in you and in us and in everything that we're doing. So thank you for taking time to be with us. I genuinely respect and appreciate each and every one of you.
Well, Natalyn, again, thank you so much. This is a call that we really needed to have, and again, I just really appreciate you taking an hour out of your day after work that you normally spend with your family. That speaks volumes to me, and I'm sure it does to everybody else on this call. And my final thought, and words to everybody is just thank you. I love this, guys. I've made so many new friends. I'm so excited about where this is going, and I want to be a part of history. And every day, I watched a great movie just recently. It's called Gold. It's got Matthew McConaughey. There's two great lines in there. One of the lines that really stuck with me was when Matthew McConaughey's father, who owned the mining company, was talking about how hard it was and grind and just day after day. And he said he wakes up every day and he says, I don't have to do this. He goes, why? He said, why don't I just quit? He said, I wake up every morning. He said, I don't think I've got to do this. He said, I think I get to do this. And that's the attitude I have with this, guys. And this isn't fluff. This isn't hype. This is just how I feel deep down in my heart. I get to do this. I get to be a part of something that I know I'm never, ever, ever, ever going to quit. Never. For any reason. I get to be a part of this. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to drive down the street and I'm going to see this building getting built over here, and I'm going to come back 3 months later and I'm going to look over and I'm going to see, a new restaurant that I've been wanting to eat at. Guys, you know how that happens. You drive around your hometown, you see they're clearing the lot, you go out of town, you come back, boom, it's already a building. Guys, this is what's happening. this is what is going to continue to happen with this app. And I'm so proud and so thankful that I get to be a part of this. I wake up and I think, I get to do this, not I have to. I think about what we do have, not what we don't have. I'm excited about the future. I'm optimistic, and I'm just so glad that they decided to let this be an affiliate program that we could be a part of. So, again, Natalyn, thank you so much for your time. Everybody that joined the call tonight, thank you so much for taking time out. We really seriously hope that you will get back and get engaged, get active, get on your token subscription, start joining some games, start inviting your friends. Do what you have to do in the meantime. If you've got to go and do something, go do it. But let's get in and play and have fun, which is what this is intended to do. And let's be successful with our Fanning United games. So, guys, good night. The recording will be made available to anybody that wants it, and we hope to catch up with you all again real soon. God bless you guys. Have a great evening.